This is Masters at Wagtail. I had to cancel the Rockin' with M.A.W. last night because when I uploaded the video, they blocked it. So Prim Dillon is his name. He's the Indian fella I was telling you about. He's called Old School. The video's nice and music's nice. I'm gonna try and get a hold of Prim and see if I can get permission to allow me to use the song on my channel. Or I'll just go back to the gas station and tell them to get in touch with Prim. I'll send him what I'm going to be playing or featuring on the channel. I gave a shout out to him before the video even started, but I guess his label that he does the music for has it set up to block anything that he puts out. I guess I'm not sure. I don't know about how all that works, but I guess that's that. So today I have 2 tips today on M.A.W. Mondays, and then I have a mod coming later for the portable pump sprayer. This is going to be exciting. You're going to want to see this later. But that's pretty much it. So later today, I'm going to be probably doing a live canvassing on 2 houses. One of them is a house being sold. The guy contacted me. I've dealt with this guy before. He has another house that he's actually selling, flipping. I think he flips houses in his spare time, but I haven't heard from him in a while, so this is a new house. I've been to his house, and then I've been to another house that he rents. Now he got another house that he's selling. See, not everybody's going to tell you everything they got going on. You sometimes find this later on in life when they get a feel of how they're doing business with you, and they could, trust you as far as knowing that the job is going to get done right and get what they pay for. A lot of times they're not going to turn you on the extra stuff. They want to see what they give you and if you can handle it first. You can poke around and pry a little bit, ask some questions. There's a way to go about finding out if they got more to offer, but you can pretty much, some of you might be a good judge of character and can sense when somebody is going to promote you or go to work for you or feed you. No matter what the case may be, referring you, giving you more work. But I usually give my customers incentive. I'll tell them, I'll give them 10 or 20% off. I'll give them 10% off if they can give me 1 referral that signs on the service. They get that discount. I'll give them 20% if they can give me 2 referrals that sign on the service. So they don't mind saving a couple of dollars. The ones that don't do it or don't care is the ones that they don't care what it costs. They just want it done, and they want it done right. So it's not about getting a discount or saving money. It's about, are you going to do what you say you're going to do and make my windows look good? That's all some people want. They want to get what they're paying for, and they don't want no shenanigans about it. But join me for the live canvassing later, and let's hop into it. I'll see you at the job site. All right, you probably won't run into this kind of window, but you see this? If you don't have a squeegee that can get it from the side, you have to go down. All right. And another way you could do it that might work. Hold on 1 second. Turn your squeegee around backwards, right? And you're able to get it down even further. That's just another little trick. I told you about turning the squeegee around backwards to close out. Just make sure you don't put it so far in the middle, because you could damage the glass that way. If you're going to close out on a deep ledge and you're pour closing out, when you close out, you stick your finger in line. That way, the rubber is there, but your finger is touching the glass. That'll give you a guide. You don't have to worry so much about your finger messing up the window. Why? Because you're squeegeeing after your finger anyway when you're going down like that. All right. This is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see you in the next one. What's crack-a-lacking? I'm over here by, I guess this is Schuylkill River? Delaware River? I don't know, but I'm over here on Boathouse Row. And today I'm going to show y'all how to make toothpicks into clips for your squeegees. If you lose your clip, I don't care what squeegee you have. If you lose your clip, you could virtually make another clip for free. Now, yes, I did say free, and I'm talking about toothpicks. Well, if you don't have any, then what do? You got to go buy some. So obviously that isn't free, but it is free if you're like me. Hey, that rhyme, you see? Free me see. So yeah, I know that's corny, right? But anyway, I do a bunch of restaurants, you know, and food establishments will most likely have your toothpicks. Now, with me, diners in particularly, hey, that rhyme. Damn, I'm on a roll. Hot dog. But my diners all have toothpicks, so I can get them at any time. I just grab the whole bunch of them, and I only use them once in a blue moon. Now, I've noticed with certain rubbers, and only one that I know of out of the ones that I have used or like to use or has settled for using when there was nothing else available, and that's exactly the situation I'm in now. I'm using the most, no, that isn't the most unliked rubber that I have ever used. Mormon is the most unliked rubber that I have ever used. I really don't like that rubber. It starts off good, but that sucker, I mean, it rips into shreds by the end of the day. You know what I mean? Especially if you sticking and moving like me. That rubber will be beat up in less than a day. Yeah, and I just cut them down, cut the ends off, and put them in my smaller channels. That's what we do. But the second least likely rubber that I don't like is M.A.W, which I'm using now. And for some reason, in my Wagtails, Wagtail is a clipless tool. You don't need clips to hold the rubber in because it has a dimple in the middle of the channel, which holds the rubber in. Now that dimple is set for the thickness and, you know, width of Wagtail rubbers, as well as some others, except M.A.W that I've noticed. It just keeps sliding on out, especially when you start to really stick and move and be swiveling like a madman. You hit a dry spot, you could forget about getting the corners after that, because that rubber will keep sliding on you like I don't know what. So In that case, here's what you could do. Toothless. Toothless. But anyway, let's get to the video. All right, now as you can see from the video, it won't come out at all, no matter if you hit a dry spot or not. This is a permanent fix, at least until you're ready to flip your rubber. Now, I have been as far as ran out of toothpicks, and when I pulled it out, I made sure that I was on a place where the little pieces that I broke off into, sticking it into the rubber to keep it from sliding out, I've actually pulled them out, and because the rubber was wet, sometimes it'll stick to the end of the rubber. You can just pull it off, lay it down on the table, flip your rubber over, slide it back in, get your end, and I guess I would say you stick it in there about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch. Once you stick it 1/4 to 1/2 an inch on either side, because there's 2 ends of a squeegee, there's 2 ends of a toothpick. So you take one end, break it off 1/4 inch to 1/2 an inch down, then you go over to the other side, stick it down, and break it off. Now that toothpick is finished. Now I don't advise using the rest of the toothpick because it doesn't have a point. You need a point so you can insert it, and then as you push it down, it gets wider and wider because it's coming to a point. As if you broke it off, there is no point to start with to feed it through, if you can follow me. So you probably could do it that way, but I just wouldn't advise it. It's just best if you can, and you don't want to run back to the car. I don't know, you always got to be prepared. So if you think you're going to be flipping your rubber and you know you got those toothpick clips in there, then you could pull them out and just make sure you do it on the table so you don't drop it on the ground, can't find them. I've used the same little things, like 3 times I changed the rubber and I used the same little toothpick that was broken off. I just reused the broken end, or I'll just go and get another toothpick, either way. But that's today's M.A.W. simple little mod.